Welcome to the product demonstration of Planview PPM Pro. Planview PPM Pro centralizes the management of projects and resources, facilitating governance, and providing visibility for improved decision-making. Whether you're just getting started or advancing your PMO to the next level, Planview PPM Pro provides a planning-driven approach with the ability to collect, prioritize, and execute projects, enabling PMOs to focus resources on the work that delivers the most business value. Portfolio planning selects the right projects that bring the most business value. Execution ensures resources are working on the most important projects and understand resource capacity to appropriately staff those projects, and then track the cost and underlying financials associated with the work and resources. Delivery is all about delivering the highest value projects, work, applications, and products to the business on time and on budget. And of course, everybody's favorite, dashboard and reporting. Measure, manage, track, and report on all work across the organization for better decision making. And finally, team collaboration, providing a collaborative work management experience that brings teams together to get work done. Measure, manage, track, and report on all work across the organization for better decision making. That was one of the key points we made at the beginning of this presentation. I'm going to start there from a demonstration perspective. In this case, you can see my overview dashboard, and I have critical information about new requests that are coming into the organization. I can see those by gate, so where are we at in the request process. We want to manage these through that process, get them to the point that we have the ability to go in and prioritize these new projects and these new ideas that are coming in so that we make sure that the highest priority initiatives are being executed as quickly as possible. The great thing about each of these, if you want to drill in and just focus on one of the gates that we have, no problem, you can do that. But you'll also notice that one of the other key metrics we want to track to is capacity versus demand. We see all the new data coming in, all the new requests that are coming in. We can start to see impacts on capacity and demand and start understanding what does our current footprint look like for demand versus capacity. As you can see, we're quite a bit over in a couple of different critical roles over time. And you can also start to analyze in-flight work, right? So projects that are ongoing. In this case, you can see projects by type and cost. So how much money are we spending on non-strategic or maintenance-driven projects? Well, 48% of our budget. That doesn't sound all that great. Maybe that's something as a business leader or as an executive in the PMO or in IT, I may want to go drill into and better understand exactly what's going on and why is such a high percentage of our spend going towards maintenance and not innovation. We can also look at other key KPIs and indicators around project health. So in this case, if I want to drill in and better understand, hey, I want to manage by exceptions. We've got 2 projects that are red. One click, I can drill down and now see all the key information about those 2 red projects. So this concept of dashboard and reporting and analyzing key information is a critical component to maturing your PMO. It's a critical component to taking your PMO to the next level, and it is a core part of Planview PPM Pro. Now let's think about this from a portfolio perspective, because at the end of the day, being able to organize information in a way that you can report on it, that you can analyze key information about the portfolio, is a critical aspect to aspiring PMO organizations and leadership teams. So in this case, you can see we have portfolios, and we have portfolios of strategic projects, in this case, that are being led by the PMO. We've got IT, DevOps, and operations, and we've got application teams. The idea that you can start to analyze key information about each of these. So in this case, I can see for my strategic programs, here are all the projects that we're working on for them. If I need to, I can drill in or I can take additional action. I can start to better understand exactly what's going on from a dashboarding and a reporting perspective about this particular program. So one-click access to really go in and understand all the key information about how work is getting done and who's delivering it is the start of this concept of portfolio management. But remember, we have a number of new ideas or project requests that have come in. We can see the current portfolio and what it looks like in its current state. But how do we go prioritize all that new demand that's come in? Well, we're going to do that with predictive portfolio analytics. Now, in this case, I've got a number of scenarios that we're weighing, and I'm going to start with our 2018 planning scenario. And by drilling in, what you'll see is, of the 34 projects that have been requested or are in flight, 24 of them are reasonably able to be delivered based on the current constraints of the business. Whether it's money or whether it's people, we can go deliver on these 24. I can see what my cost profile looks like. I can see what the capacity looks like and utilization. I can see what project types we're going to be working on, which is another key indicator of, are we working on the right stuff, right? Now, what you can also see is projects that might be excluded. And of course, you can view these visually. You can go look at a linear understanding or representation of all those projects. But the thing that I think a lot of our customers focus on is the capacity side of this picture. Do we have enough people in the right roles, as you can see at the bottom, to deliver across all the work that's being requested? Because if we've got constraints, we need to better understand what those bottlenecks are. Again, we're doing this in a scenario. You can go in and you can analyze the details, analyze what's in, what's out, and really start to run through these processes of understanding what is the right mix of projects and work for your organization for this particular planning period, whether you're doing it quarterly or monthly or semi-annually or annually. That's up to you, but you can use predictive portfolio analytics to help start that prioritization cycle. But of course, after we've used predictive portfolio analytics, everybody wants to run and go execute. And that's one of the great parts of Planview PPM Pro is now we can drill in and we can start working through the execution of these projects. In this case, by focusing on the projects area, I can see all the projects I have responsibility for. You've got great capabilities for navigating, so one-click, easy access to go filter or search for that one particular project that you're interested in. You can drill in and better understand exactly what's going on with each of your projects. Maybe I want to filter this by title or sort by title. Maybe I want to just come in and say, hey, that Bring Your Own Device Enterprise Mobility project is something that I care about. Let me drill into it. It's that simple to have one-click access to all the key information that maybe some of you are storing in Excel today. Maybe you're doing some of this in Word with project charters. What if we could give you with Planview PPM Pro one-click access to all the key data that you need to track against this particular project? So financial metrics, scoring information, being able to go in and analyze key resources or the staffing that's required for this particular project. So who's my architect? Who's my business analyst? Do I need to go assign a DBA in this case? And of course, being able to look at this in a very traditional Microsoft project-like view, if you will, with a Gantt chart that shows you exactly what's going on and how we're executing on all the work associated with this particular project. Now, the other side of this is you're going to have a lot of key information that you may want to focus on. So in this case, what's the category of the task? Is it capitalized? What the work effort is? Is it billable, non-billable? What are the data elements that you need to manage across the work that you're executing? Planview PPM Pro is going to allow you to have the ability to do that and, of course, be able to, in this case, go run dashboards or go run reports that focus on this particular project and really understand things like resource planning or finance, or maybe we've got reports that are driven based on tasks and categories. It's that simple to come in and really start to understand exactly what's going on with all the work that you're executing. Now, similarly, we want to keep a mind's eye and a key awareness of resourcing, right? So in this case, I want to jump over and leverage our resources capability. And the way that I like to show this is a great visualization that focuses on the resources that I care about. I can get a quick graphical indication of how we're doing over time. So do I have resources like in this case, Linda, who's got a little availability in the April time frame, but I also have Sarah, who maybe I've grouped this by a particular role or a particular portfolio, and I can literally see that Sarah here, who's our teammate, is really overloaded. So maybe what I want to do is maybe I want to go smooth that out a little bit so I can see all the work that Sarah is being asked to deliver. I can go in and say, you know what, she's just not going to be able to spend 60% of her time, but she can spend a quarter of her time on this project. So we can in real time go in and start to prioritize and start to balance resources based on capacity and demand. Right? So a lot of cool ways to go search for resources who might have some availability and to ensure that we're putting the right resources on the right work to get work delivered as quickly as possible. Now let's focus on the team member experience. One of the things that I like to talk about is we often say our PMO leadership team went and bought a PMO tool and all I got was a time card. Well, the days of that being the core value that PPM leadership are bringing to their end users is over. We need to provide our team members with a more robust experience that allows them to truly communicate and collaborate across all the work they're doing with their teammates to ensure we're delivering these projects on time and on budget. Let's take a look at the team member experience. Collaborative work is a critical component to enabling teams to perform tasks and to get work done. In this case, you can see I've got access to key information that I've been responsible for, so key boards that I've been dealing with. I've got the activities and new things that I've been assigned to. I've got a list of things that I have in terms of these are the to-dos or the tasks or the cards that I've been assigned to get accomplished today. I can drill in, look at documents that I'm working on, that I'm sharing or I'm collaborating with across my team. One click, simple and easy access to key information about what work I'm actually doing. And oh, by the way, as I start to think about this and say, you know what, I'm going to get to this task tomorrow. I'm going to get to this one a little later today. We can start to prioritize. I've got one click. I can drill into this customer journey analysis. I can see key information about it. I can add a due date and say, you know what, I'm going to get that done tomorrow. I can come in and add checklist and create commentary. I can go at reference people and say, hey, does one of my other teammates, in this case, I'll say Jason White, do you have time to knock this out today? The idea that you can start collaborating and communicating directly from your team member experience is what this is all about. The idea that we can also come in and see, I've got great mobile experiences that allow you to do this in a mobile environment as well. But the idea is you can start to go in and evaluate all the work that you're delivering, all the work that you're doing, and then, of course, drill into key workspaces. So, in this case, if I want to drill into a particular project that I've been working on, one-click access, I can drill into that board, and now I'm in a full Kanban experience, which is just fantastic in terms of understanding exactly what we're doing to get work, move through the organization, assign in users, collaborate with my team, and really get this thing across the finish line. But the other thing that I think is really important is we've got to be able to report time. So one-click access, I can go in and report time. Just like many of you do today, you come in and you can see, here are the projects I've been assigned to. I've got some vacation that I want to take on Wednesday, so I want to go ahead and put that into my timesheet. But I'm going to get back into the office. I'm going to work my 6.5 hours on this Agile methodology project. I want to work this 8 hours or 9 hours or 10 hours on my BYOD project that we were just looking at. So the concepts of being able to easily come in, add notes, add new timesheet entries to your time card, come in, get this work done, report that time, and frankly, submit that for approval. The ability to provide the team member experience with more capabilities than we ever have before is what this collaborative work platform is all about, and it's what you'll be able to deliver to your end users with Planview PPM Pro. Planview PPM Pro powers Planview's work and resource management solutions for portfolio and resource management and product innovation. Portfolio and resource management gives IT PMOs a top-down approach to planning, project prioritization, resource management, capacity planning, and provides the visibility and reporting needed to advance execution and support strategic goals. That's what you saw as part of the conversation in the demonstration. But we also focus on product innovation, enabling product development organizations to mature their idea to launch process, pick winning products, increase portfolio value, and speed time to market. Planview PPM Pro can be configured to deliver all of that. This was just one example of how Planview PPM Pro and Planview Solutions can help drive your work and resources around projects and portfolios and align to the business strategy that you're off to execute. Thank you for taking the time to watch this brief introduction to Planview PPM Pro.